you're here today. Have you ever felt scared to do something big? Maybe speaking in front of your class, or trying something new. Well, guess what? You're not alone! Once upon a time, in the golden grasslands of Africa, where the sun painted the sky orange every morning, there lived a little lion cub named Leo. Now, Leo wasn't just any lion cub. He had the softest golden fur, the brightest amber eyes, and the cutest little tuft of mane starting to grow on his head. But Leo had a secret that made his tummy feel all twisty inside. Leo was afraid to roar. Every morning, when the sun peeked over the hills, Leo's family would wake up with mighty roars that echoed across the savanna. Roar! Bellowed his father, King Mufasa, his voice shaking the acacia trees. Roar! Sang his mother, Queen Nala, her roar melodious and strong. Roar! 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 Shouted his three older siblings, Luna, Simba, and Zara, competing to see who could roar the loudest. But when it was Leo's turn, mew! Squeaked Leo, just a tiny little sound. His siblings giggled. That's not a roar, Leo! That sounds like a kitten! Leo's ears drooped, his tail curled between his legs, and he felt smaller than the smallest pebble in the entire savanna. Don't worry, my little one, his mother would say, nuzzling him gently. Your roar will come when you're ready. But Leo wasn't so sure. What if his roar never came? What if he stayed quiet forever? How could he ever be a real lion if he couldn't roar? One sunny afternoon, Leo decided he needed help. He padded away from Pride Rock, determined to find someone who could teach him how to roar. First, he met Zazu, the wise hornbill who knew everything about everything. Excuse me, Zazu, Leo said quietly. Can you teach me to roar? Zazu flapped his colorful wings and puffed out his chest. Well, young prince, roaring is all about confidence. Watch this. Squawk! Leo tried to copy him. Squawk! He squeaked. That definitely wasn't a roar. Next, Leo found Pumba, the cheerful warthog, rolling in his favorite mud puddle. Pumba! Can you help me learn to roar? Pumba stood up, mud dripping from his tusks. Roaring? Well, I don't roar exactly, but I can make a mighty sound. Listen! Snort, snort, oink! Leo giggled despite his sadness. That's not quite a roar either, Pumbaa. As the afternoon shadows grew longer, Leo sat by the watering hole, watching his reflection ripple in the water. He looked just like a lion. So why couldn't he sound like one? Suddenly, an old tortoise named Rafiki emerged from behind a rock. His wise eyes twinkled as he looked at the sad little cub. Why so glum, young Leo? Rafiki asked in his ancient creaky voice. I can't roar, Rafiki. Leo sighed. I've tried and tried, but all that comes out is a tiny squeak. I'll never be a brave lion like my father. Tell me, little one, what makes a lion brave? Is it the loudness of his roar? Or is it the size of his heart? Leo thought about this. He'd never considered that question before. Before Leo could answer, a frightened cry echoed across the savanna. Help! Help! It was Toto, a tiny baby elephant, and he was stuck in a deep muddy ditch. The more he struggled, the deeper he sank. Toto's mother was too far away to hear his cries. The other animals were nowhere to be seen. It was just Leo, and Toto was sinking fast. Leo's heart pounded, his paws trembled. What could he do? He was just a small cub. He couldn't even roar to call for help. But then he remembered Rafiki's question. What makes a lion brave? And suddenly, Leo knew. Being brave wasn't about roaring the loudest. Being brave was about helping someone even when you were scared. Leo ran as fast as his little legs could carry him. He found a long, strong vine hanging from a tree. He grabbed it in his teeth and dragged it to the muddy ditch. Hold on, Toto! Leo called out. Grab this vine! But Toto was so scared he couldn't hear Leo's small voice over his own crying. Leo needed to be louder. Toto needed him. His friend was in danger. Leo thought about his family. He thought about how much he loved them. He thought about Toto, who needed help right now. He thought about all the courage that was inside him, deep down, waiting to come out. And then Leo took the biggest, deepest breath he had ever taken. He felt the courage rising from his belly, through his chest, up through his throat. The sound that came out of Leo's mouth was magnificent. It wasn't the biggest roar in the savannah, but it was strong and clear and true. It was a Leo's roar. The roar echoed across the grasslands. Toto heard it and grabbed the vine. Leo pulled with all his might. Slowly, slowly, Toto climbed out of the muddy ditch. Within seconds, animals came running from every direction. Toto's mother arrived and wrapped her trunk around her baby. Leo's family bounded over the hill. "Leo!" his mother gasped. "Was that your roar?" Leo nodded, his heart still racing, but now with pride instead of fear. "It was, Mama! I found my roar!" His father nuzzled him gently. "You didn't just find your roar, my son. You found your courage. And that's what makes a true lion." His siblings surrounded him, no longer teasing, but amazed. "That was incredible, Leo." Old Rafiki smiled his knowing smile. "You see, young one? Your roar was there all along. It just needed the right moment to come out." From that day forward, Leo roared every morning with his family. His roar wasn't the loudest and it wasn't the deepest, but it was special because it was his. And Leo learned the most important lesson of all. Being brave doesn't mean you're never afraid. Being brave means you do what's right, even when you are afraid. Because sometimes, the smallest lions have the biggest hearts. And hey! If you're new to Kids Fun Cove, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss our magical stories. The end.